Hi, I'm Venus O'Hara and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the pelvic floor. I received this message the other day from a woman and she said that she's been married for a long time, she's had children, and when she has sex with her husband, her vagina has no feeling or doesn't move at all. Even when she has an orgasm and her husband can't feel anything due to this issue. And she gets very wet as well. And she said she's done pelvic floor therapy, but she's unable to do the Kegel exercises during sex. She doesn't know if it's just her or if other people have the same issue. She's talked about these issues with several doctors and they just tell her to do pelvic floor exercises. I can do them all day long, but it doesn't help. We tried different positions, but the best is getting both of us on our sides, and I assume because it makes me a little tighter. Any advice would be fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your message. And anyone who's watching this video, you should know that I am not a medical professional and I'm not a sexologist. I've tested many products and I have lots of sexual wisdom. So that's it. It's all based on my opinion and experience. And if anyone has any alternative advice, then please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below. So back to pelvic floor. Well, I think it's very normal to not feel much during penetration. I think a lot of women actually write to me about this, about not being able to experience vaginal orgasms, or they think that they should be feeling a lot more in their vagina. And the truth is, most of the pleasurable sensations that women feel during sex is actually in the clitoris. But there are some hot spots in the vagina, for example, the entrance, and also the G spot, which would be like that, and there's an A spot as well, which is a bit deeper inside, on the front wall, kind of, yes, deeper inside, and so there are some hot spots for you. And also getting wet. I think I made a video about that a few months ago actually, or a couple of weeks ago, and it was from the male perspective about his girlfriend getting very wet, and so I would definitely recommend watching that video. So for the female perspective, I know your doctor has said to do pelvic floor exercises, and I would definitely recommend the same thing, because it's one thing to do some pelvic floor exercises. Another thing is to do them 3 times a week for 3 months, because there's a big difference. I mean, I have been testing many pelvic floor trainers over the years, and I've tested them a few times to make the review and blah blah blah. However, for the first time ever last year in November, December, January, I tested this product, Pelvic, which is a app control pelvic floor trainer. And what was really cool about it is that I actually got to see the graphs and how I was getting stronger over time, and 3 months is just the beginning. I kind of got distracted by other things since then, but I really need to get back to it, because I noticed such a big difference, and I can only imagine what it would be like to actually carry on for 6 months. And it's actually a very cool system, this. There are many methods, of course, but I think it's important to do the pelvic floor exercises very regularly, and do them, for maybe 5-10 minutes 3 times a week, something like that. And this method is actually using video games, so playing video games with your vagina is a lot of fun. And also what's very good about an app controlled method is that if you're not squeezing, it will kind of show on the screen if you're not squeezing properly. So I think a lot of people don't really do them properly. A lot of women might be tensing the buttocks and the thighs and not the vagina, because you have to keep your, let's say if you put your, one method I do anyway is just to make sure I'm doing it properly, is I put my hands on my buttocks, make sure they're all squidgy and soft, and then just squeeze the vagina and making sure that my buttocks and thighs are relaxed. And that's one way to make sure you're doing the right thing. And not feeling it during sex, well, if the guy's like this, then of course it's it's not so, you can't perceive it so easily. But something I like to do is actually tell the guy to remain still, and then I would do my kegels against him, and it feels amazing. It's almost like a penis massage. So I'd recommend to you, it's actually really getting serious about kegels and doing them Monday, Wednesday, Friday for 10 minutes. every session. You could get something like this, because this is a great way to actually see the graphs, and I find that seeing the graphs and progress reports is very motivating, and it inspires you a lot, especially when you see the progress. It does take I would say it takes about a month or 6 weeks to start really noticing it during penetration. So it definitely takes a lot of patience, but it's definitely worth it, because there's so many other benefits for having a strong pelvic floor that I'm learning at the moment myself, which is just fantastic. You know, it's just really interesting, because it affects so many other things, such as incontinence, hip pain, lower back pain, and even I'm getting into meditation at the moment, but also kind of lots of methods of breathing as well that engage the pelvic floor. I'm getting very interested in hyperpressives, or yoni breathing as well, which is, yoni means sacred space. It refers to the vagina, and there are methods that involve when you breathe out, I think it's you tensing the pelvic floor. Amazing. So yeah, I would definitely get more serious about pelvic floor training. And about the being very wet, well, that's great that you're excited, obviously, but perhaps you could just have some towels or tissues by the bed and just kind of clean it up and carry on, something like that. That might be a good way. But also I think it's important to have varied sexual encounters and not just focus on penetration, because I would suggest, I've not been a fly on the wall on all bedrooms around the world, but I have a very strong suspicion that most sexual encounters just involve penetration. And if that's the case, then of course after a long while the vagina kind of gets relaxed. You can feel less and less as time goes on, and it gets kind of monotonous. So yeah, I think changing it up, having more variety, a bit of penetration, then stop, do something else, then carry on, and carry on a bit like that, and more varied. And I think over time it might last longer and be a lot more fun. So that's something I would definitely recommend for you. So I hope this helps, and I'm sorry to give you the same advice as your doctors. I definitely think pelvic floor training is the way forward, and yeah, just make sure you're doing it properly and regularly and over a longer period of time. Yeah. Anyway, if anyone else has any suggestions to share, then please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below. And if you have any questions about sexuality, sex toys, orgasms, or anything like that, then please don't hesitate to contact me at venusohara.org, or add me on Instagram at venusohara. Thanks for watching.